guys, Tony here. I haven't unboxed Re-ment Pokemon collections for absolutely ages, and this is the Aqua Bottle collection too. The only reason why I got this was for the Piplup and Lapras, and this is series 2. I haven't gotten series 1, so I may go back and get that. Love the beach motif on the background. It contrasts so well with these bottles, and you know me, I like to buy full sets and show you guys what order they come in. Let's go. Let's turn it around and open. Now, just to show you guys each individual box, I love the shells and stars here up above. Inside 4, 5, 6 variations, and also 1, 2, 3. When you're getting it at a shop and they haven't changed the order arrangement, you know which ones you'll be getting. By these order, Piplup, Lapras, I mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should really help if you pick it out as random boxes in the shop. Let's check out Piplup first. While we're at it, you can check out my previous videos on my Re-ment Pokemon unboxings because I've got quite a few on this channel. So I pop it down like this here. Having looked at the box, it should be like this. Right, this makes more sense. Aha. Okay, we're getting there. Got that here to secure it as such. You can kind of fiddle about with it in terms of placement. Seriously, what were they smoking when they were designing this? Anyways, let's check out Piplup first. Paint job on the whole, it seems okay so far. I think they have definitely improved over the years. Otherwise, it would be really bad for us just to get those crappy paint job Pokemons. And at the front, you can see this bottle. Inside, there's a letter, which is cool. And also there's a cork. So there's a lot of details in terms of this bottle here. And for the seabed, you can see a lot of texture, which is nicely sculpted upon here. Also for the corals / reefs, I think the coloring is okay. You can't really complain much here because it's fairly simplistic. The sculpt is good. It's not very intricate, but I mean it does its job. Also there's a green mossy thing here and the coral here in yellow, which is nice alongside with the rock. All sculpted nicely. I think Piplup is one of the better ones to have in the set. Let's assemble it like this, so you can see what's going on. I think this actually looks good. It's not amazing. On the back there's a hint of yellow alongside with the blue overalls. That gives it the ocean feeling. And also at the top, I think this thing is actually weird to start with, but after you've put it on the top, you can see it as a jar. So essentially Piplup is in a jar, which looks really nice. I think this one I would definitely recommend. Next one we have Lapras. For Lapras, the sculpt is okay, but the paint job, you can see it overboard here with the blue. Some paint job that's not aligned with the sculpted lines, and also here it's a bit rough where the two colors are joining. So that's quite common for, oh my goodness, this side is even worse. Look at that blue line, man, that blue line. Luckily it's on the other side, it's on the blind side that we don't see. So essentially you hook it up to the base piece as such. Let me do that right now. Yep, so you can't really see it, otherwise it will be horrific. The overall is actually in this dark green instead of dark blue, and there's a gradient, a hint of yellow here. Pop this here and also the front. Using the same piece again here, secure the bottom and also secure the top bit as a bottle. Okay, this actually looks quite cute. From afar, I do like this because Lapras is very apparent and the box is cute, but Corals is not too apparent in terms of color contrast, and the back is actually really dark, so you can't actually see it properly. This top is nice. You've got this nice sculpt, very elegantly done. So if you compare the two variations, I think the Lapras one is kind of more classy at the top. In terms of the bottle designs, we've got a third variation. Let me open one right now. Now this one in Japanese is called Ashirene, but let me find the English name. I can't remember what this one's called. I can't remember all the Pokemons. For this one, I think the sculpt is actually quite nicely done. Like, you can actually see the mouth and nose, and the hair has this floating motion, which is nice. So there is a lot going on for both the top bit and also the bottom. It's kind of like a mermaid. However, having said that, some of the paint job area is quite bad. The face is okay here on this side and this side as well. For the hair, this is where the tragedy comes in. White and blue crossing over like Capcom and Marvel, and at at the bottom, I have seen some of those pink. Yes, this belongs in prison alongside with this. Come on. Oh my goodness, that reminds me of my Anya, my 800 yen gacha Anya. Check that video out. The redeeming quality is the scalp and also this kind of transparent ball thing, matte transparent ball thing that it's got. And with the reefs, it's actually got these transparent balls as well, which is nice. And also with the reefs, there's a hint of gradient with the white going to the lighter pink at the top, and the lighter pink at the top here is reflective, and it does give it the contrast it needs compared to the blue floor bed here, which is nicely sculpted as well with these little pebbles. I think gesture-wise, it does fit very, very well with this bottle design, because this bottle design is essentially vertical. Oh my goodness. Okay, this Pokemon I'm not that big a fan of. I mean, if you put it together with this bottle design, it does look exceptional. Let's put the top. Oh, okay, I like doing that. Okay, putting that top on. Nice. It's like one of those bottles where you put red wine in. The design is quite nice as well. I think as a whole, this is the preferred bottle compared to the Lapras one, which is horizontal, and the Piplup one, which is in a jar here. Yep, so bottle-wise, I definitely think this vertical one is very, very nice. And at the bottom, you get some sculpted details as well, front and back. And at the back, you get this blue, which is similar to what we've seen for Piplup. It's definitely not as dark as the Lapras one. Like Lapras, this thing, and also the Piplup one, Piplup, and this one is very, very light in color, which is what I would prefer anyways. Here we have Tamasadashi and Powell. For convenience sake, I'll just call it the seal and the fat thing. For scalp, it is simplistic, not going to go through that too much. Paint job, mostly okay. Some lining overboard and teeth is crapped up here. Other than that, it looks good as a whole from afar at least. Seal, it shouldn't be rocket science. The eye, simplistic, very well done in terms of paint job, similar to that fat thing that we've seen here. The teeth, tongue are good. Scalp is all very, very normal and generic, but it does do a good job of giving this fluidity motion here. The bedrock, I think it looks fair. It's not anything exceptional. Like, you've got a few pieces of these crystals coming up. You've got some good details in terms of the texture, paint job. You can't complain too much. Singular color. I think this exemplifies the interaction between these two Pokemons. I think it looks great as a whole. Color very simplistic, very white, so to speak, because of the crystals and the seal at the top. Let's pop this on, put them in the bottle. Okay, I definitely think this one would have looked better in the lighter blue, as you can see on the left hand side with the one that we've just opened. And at the top you can see this being different in a ball shape compared to the flower one. But surprisingly, I think this one works because of the contrast between the darker background and the seal and the white crystals, which is very, very apparent in terms of color contrast. And this differs a lot from the Lapras here. Corals doesn't really do it justice. I mean, that's a missed opportunity, man. At the moment, I do prefer these vertical bottles. These are nice bottles, man. And the Pokemons are very, very nicely done and displayed. Next up, Tattoo and Lufkus. Okay, for the coral, this is definitely one of the better ones that we've seen so far on this set, simply because, again, the contrasting yellow that we've got, lighter yellow at the bottom, transcending to the darker yellow at the top. Seabed is very simplistic, sand-like, and the rocks are okay, very simplistic, and this blob of coral as well. This love heart, I don't know what I can comment upon here. They can't really crap up the paint job, can they? Just a love heart with lines of eyes and the mouth. This one's spot on. If I remember right, this one's called Horsey, Seahorse. I can't remember which is which. Very simplistic. Scalp is nice. Lines are well done as well. Not gonna nitpick on this one. Now, do be careful of this little piece here where the love heart goes, because it is pretty thin and fragile. The top is actually identical to the Piplup one, so no expectations here. But nonetheless, I think the color contrast is good in terms of color combination with the pink, yellow, blue, and the lighter beige seabed. So I think this one goes well with the Piplup one. Last one, Jilansu and Paruru. Okay, checking out the base piece, this sculpt looks fantastic. The texture and the composition I think looks great, and the side pieces with these kind of seaweed in brown, I think it doesn't need to be here, but it's here. I mean, these pillars does most of the work already. I love these sculpts. Weathering, not in terms of paint job, but in terms of the sculpting, it looks good. And at the bottom you can see the sand with the different gradients of surface, which is nice, as you can kind of see here with the shadows and the bumps here. Pokemon wise, very ugly fish. Just my poor memories. I just don't recall this Pokemon, man. There are way too many to remember. Anyways, the eyes are nicely sculpted here, and the nose lines and the mouth as well with the sculpting. Body kind of like the continents of the earth with some overlining here, and also on the back as well, which is quite major. Fins wise is fairly well sculpted, some simple lines here and there, and at the top there's this other fin as well. Shell Pokemon, the coloring is atrocious, as you can see the pink kind of coming out from the blue, but I mean the lines for the eyes are okay, and the sculpt for the outer shell looks good. This is the top and this is the bottom. It looks great. And also what I like about this is that they have tried. They've even painted this part in this white here at the top and the bottom of the shell. Okay, now this one, the coloring is actually very simplistic because of the kind of mild color. You don't really get the vibrancy of these ones that we've just opened with the seahorse, Piplup. As such, this one is very plain. In all honesty, I think if the Lapras had the pillar base, I think it will work better. Now, if I were to rank the top three, the three would definitely be this one, simply because of the fluidity of the Pokemons and the interaction is very happy. The color contrast is nice as well. For the bottle, it looks absolutely amazing, as you can see here. The bottle, I love this design. Is like one of the best. Vertical bottles are the highlight of this set. Number two, I'll go for this one, simply because of the color contrast. It's great, it works really well. The love heart, not too dark, and I think this actually shows better in terms of the happiness, the joyfulness, and the vibrancy of this very bottle. Now, you know it, I'm not gonna lie, I love Piplup. I have always loved Piplup. So Piplup's gonna be my number one, simply because it's Piplup and there's a lot of colors going on for the background, and what's more is the bottle. I really like the bottle. The cork and the letter really depicts the attention to detail for Re-ment. Anyways, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and as usual, kindly like the like button and sub to my channel for more stuff like this. Check out my previous openings on the Re-ment Pokemon line, and I'll see you guys soon, and check out my other videos. Stay safe and bye now. Bye!